Hey guys, welcome back. So, over the last 3.5 weeks, we took a journey from Japan to Singapore across Asia. Most of the time was spent in Japan, but then kind of like a week and a half in Japan, and then 2 weeks of cruising to get from Tokyo to Singapore. So, I wanted to divide this up in kind of an 8-part series, mostly focusing of the different countries. Japan's going to get 2 parts because just of how much we did there, but then the rest of them are going to be divided up, so you get to kind of see shorter videos of what we did in each country. Now this video is probably going to be the longest. The rest of it will be half what this video is, just to not drag on too much and make it more concise and easier to kind of process what we did, and hopefully you'll apply it to your trip and maybe do some of the same things we did. So starting off, the first part of this video, you get to see our view from our hotel in Yokohama. Now, Yokohama is about an hour south of Tokyo. We stayed in the Intercontinental Grand. We used our IHG points for most of that. And then the first couple things you're going to want to do when getting into Japan is getting your rail card and then getting some cash out at maybe like a 7-Eleven ATM. Almost everything you can use a card for, you will need cash for your rail card. So we'll talk about the rail cards in a little bit. Let's jump forward to where we are now, and we're at the Shibuya Sky, which gives you a view of all the Shibuya area. We did this on our first full day. We went first thing to the Shibuya Crossing, or the Shibuya Scramble, the busiest crosswalk in the world. And then we went up. We wanted to do one tower during the day and one tower at night. So this was our tower that we did during the day. And this is like I said, the Shibuya Sky. And then we decided, instead of taking the train, we would walk about 30 minutes north from Shibuya to Shinjuku. And go visit the Samurai Museum and also the Godzilla Road, which ends with the tower with the big Godzilla head at the top. This was more of a touristy day. A lot of the stops that we went to really overcrowded with tourists. A lot of shopping. Not really more of like the culture or history in Japan. But we wanted to kind of do this all in one day, since it was kind of all the really similar in what we saw. So 2 points that I want to mention that we got to do on this first day that will kind of follow us throughout the rest of the trip is going to a Don Quixote. If you get to go to a Don Quixote, it is like a 7-story little shopping, not really a shopping mall, but a store that's got outlet prices, and it's got anything that you can think of, they sell at Don Quixote. It's very popular in Japan, and we went multiple times to get different items while we were on this trip. Second thing we were introduced to was a sushiro, which is more of a local sushi place, even though they have more food than just sushi. Very cheap. You go in, you order it off an iPad. It's delivered by almost like a little train or conveyor belt system to your table. And then, like I said, it's local prices, not really touristy. You got to kind of find them. They're not advertised in English, but Google Maps, you'll definitely be able to find a sushiro, as they are at almost every train stop. So this was a great first day, an introduction to Japan. It's about an hour train ride from where we were staying. And then on the second day, we went to the Asakusa station. That area is where you're going to find the Sensoji Temple, which is the main, I'd say, temple in downtown Japan, or downtown Tokyo. And then also you can see the Tokyo Skytree. As far as the Skytree goes, we did walk near it to get a couple photos. We did not go up to the top of it. That's something that we would do maybe in a future trip. But with everything that we had going on, just to see it was a plus. And then we ended that day early because our next day was going to be really early in the morning. We had to get to the Shin Yokohama station early in the morning to catch our Shinkansen towards Kyoto. That ride is going to be about a 2-hour ride to Kyoto, and we just did a day trip in Kyoto. So if you're booking your own train tickets, You want to be on the right side of the train as you're going to Kyoto, left side of the train if you're going to Tokyo, to get the views of Mount Fuji that you just saw. You might can stand up and get a couple pictures if you're not lucky enough to be on that side, but if you can select your seats and get that view, it is definitely worth it. The Shinkansen was an amazing experience, very smooth ride. And then for Kyoto, we just did our own thing. So I found the major 4 spots. I mean, there's a lot to see in Kyoto, but the major 4 spots that we wanted to see, the Fushimi Inari, which you're seeing now, the Yasake Shrine, the Niho Castle, and then the Kyoto Imperial Palace. This was the top 4. Again, the train cards that I mentioned we'd come back to, they work everywhere in Japan. So when you first get to Japan, it could be a Suica card, it could be a Pasmo card. Doesn't matter what type of card you get, they're all on the same page now. As long as you get a rail card, you can use it anywhere. You can use it in Kobe, Osaka, Kyoto, anywhere in Tokyo, Yokohama. Just have the funds on the card, which you'll probably use cash to load your card up, and then you can use it anywhere. So the card that we had purchased in Tokyo, we got to use here in Kyoto. And these 4 stops that I had put down that we wanted to go see, we made sure that we kind of started with the furthest spot out by train, and then we made our way all the way back until we eventually ended back at the Kyoto main rail station for our Shinkansen back to Yokohama. So you can do guided tours of Kyoto, and we would definitely probably, if we went back, we would spend more time there. But doing it ourselves and doing something like this, I'm really glad that we did. The weather wasn't the best. It did get below 0 and start snowing on us while we were in Kyoto. So we kind of, I would say, hurried between the different spots. But to get inside and stay warm was nice. And we tried to manage the time that we had outside versus also the time that we could spend indoors and stay warm. After our day trip to Kyoto, again, we tried to make it an early night because we had to get up early the next day for our trip that we booked on Viator to Mount Fuji. So with the snow coming in, we didn't get to go up higher in Mount Fuji. We kind of had to be a little bit of a distance away. The viewing area is Oshino. That little town that you just saw is about as close as you can get when Mount Fuji is closed due to bad weather. And then we went and did a lake cruise near the Hakone area. And that was a really nice way to tie things in to do both of those stops. And then we also were able to take a Shinkansen again. There is a Shinkansen stop near Hakone, and we were able to do that and take that back into Tokyo. So this is, again, another long day, but we were so excited to get to see at least partial views of Mount Fuji, to do this little cruise, again, to take the bullet train, because it's just fun riding the Shinkansens. They're on another level, something that we do not have in the States, something that you're not going to find almost anywhere else in the world. And then since we arrived back in Tokyo Station that evening, we had decided to do our evening tower. So we wanted to do that and get some views of Tokyo at night. And then we had one more day to kind of do laundry and get things wrapped up in Yokohama before we joined our cruise. So continue following this series to learn more about how we spend our time in Asia.